Imagine facing an overwhelmingly powerful enemy with little conventional military strength. How do you possibly win such a seemingly impossible conflict? Mao's strategy of protracted peoples, war is a long-term military doctrine designed for weaker, agrarian-based revolutionary forces to defeat a stronger, urban-based conventional enemy by gradually eroding their strength over an extended period. Mao developed this strategy because the traditional Marxist-Leninist model, which focused on urban proletarian uprisings, was unsuitable for China. China lacked a large industrial working class but had an enormous peasant population spread across a vast, difficult terrain. The enemy, whether the Chinese nationalists or later the Japanese invaders, controlled the cities and major transport routes, making direct conventional confrontation suicidal for the nascent Red Army. Mao realized that revolutionary success in China would require a fundamentally different approach, one that leveraged the vast human resources and geographical space of rural China. This meant turning the apparent weakness of being decentralized and rural into a strength. The strategy unfolded in three interconnected phases. The first was strategic defense, where revolutionary forces, initially weak, would retreat to remote base areas in the countryside. Here, they focused on survival, political indoctrination of the peasantry, and establishing local governance. Guerrilla warfare was the primary military tactic, harassing the enemy, disrupting their supply lines, and gathering intelligence without engaging in large-scale battles. The second phase, strategic stalemate, saw an expansion of base areas and a more coordinated, but still decentralized, mobile warfare. Revolutionary forces would strike isolated enemy garrisons, capture weapons, and continuously expand their sphere of influence, further weakening the enemy's resolve and resources. The final phase, strategic counteroffensive, would commence once the revolutionary forces had gained numerical and technological parity, or even superiority, in specific regions. They would then transition to conventional warfare, launching decisive campaigns to defeat the now demoralized and overstretched enemy in open battle, ultimately encircling and capturing urban centers. A core tenet was the idea of swimming among the people like fish in the sea, meaning the guerrillas were entirely dependent on and indistinguishable from the civilian population for support, intelligence, food, and recruits. This created an enemy that was everywhere and nowhere. Another key principle was the lure the enemy in deep tactic, encouraging enemy forces to advance into rural areas where they would be exposed, overstretched, and vulnerable to ambush. Political education and the establishment of local revolutionary committees were just as vital as military training, ensuring the people understood and supported the struggle. This innovative strategy allowed Mao's forces to transform their initial weakness into strength over decades, turning a seemingly insurmountable disadvantage into a pathway to victory by patiently building popular support, utilizing the terrain, and exhausting a superior foe through relentless, decentralized warfare. It offered a comprehensive blueprint for revolutions in agrarian societies, demonstrating how strategic patience and popular mobilization could overcome overwhelming military disparity.